I love you. Hello and welcome back to All Things Female. I am so sorry that I have been absent for the past few weeks, but we are back on track and you will be seeing videos every single Thursday. Today's video is going to be on my Miss South Africa journey, and for those of you who don't know, I entered the Miss South Africa this year and I made it to top 35, which is an incredible achievement for me, so I'm very, very grateful for that opportunity. And in this video I'm going to be sharing some of the things I did to prepare. I had a questions box on my Instagram where I asked you guys to ask some questions that you guys had about my journey, and I got a lot of responses, so I'll be answering those questions as well in the video. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the video. So I decided to enter the Miss South Africa this year, and I've been wanting to do it for a very long time. It's not something that I just decided I was going to enter. I've been thinking about it for a few years now, and this year I decided, you know what, I see that there's a video entry and this will be an optimal year for me to enter because I like being in front of the camera, like you guys know. So obviously I made my entry video and I sent in all the photos that I was supposed to send in, and I made top 35. So what I did to prepare was I'm that type of person, I'm an all or nothing person. So I put everything that I possibly could into my journey, and I trusted God. I gave it completely over to God, and I said that if it's meant to be, and if this is my year, then He will let that come to pass. But the fact that I made it that far for me was already such a huge accomplishment. So obviously we've been in lockdown and we had to submit photos and everything, but like I said, I'm an all or nothing person. So I organized with a photographer and I went up and I did what I needed to do and got the photos. I did a special photo shoot just for the Miss South Africa so that I could have the best, most recent photos of me capturing my most recent self. And I submitted those photos, and then I submitted my video. So with my video, it took a few takes, especially because we had to get the light right because I did it in the Millilands. We had to get the light right and the time of day, and that it was not too exposed and not too dark. So that was a bit of a tough one. We went up 2 or 3 days to just make sure that the light was going to be fine at the right time. And yeah, so that's the story behind my video. And I decided to do it in the Millilands. That was the perfect explanation of who I am. It's my roots, it's something I'm very, very proud of. And I just thought, you know what, why not let them get to know who I really am? Such a small little farm town girl. And then from then on, we sent our entries in and it was the waiting game. And it was a few days later and they had contacted us to let us know that we had made it into top 35. When Stephanie, the CEO of the Miss South Africa organization, phoned me, I was shaking. I couldn't even speak back. They asked a few questions and I was shaking so much in my voice. I didn't even know what to say. I was actually in shock. Like, guys, I don't think you understand. It was such an out-of-body experience. Like, it was just that they just phoned me, and afterwards I cried so hard. Like, I don't even think you guys understand. I was shaking. Like, I couldn't even hold my phone to my ear. I was literally like, even at a point wanted to put on speakerphone because I couldn't even hold my phone to my ear. But she phoned me and she let us know that I made it into the top 35, and it was just an amazing experience from there. The Miss South Africa organization in general was so professional, the way they handled us. It was such an amazing experience, and I'm honestly so grateful to have been part of that journey, and even to have just had the smallest opportunity of just making it to top 35. It opened so many doors for me, and I'm so grateful to the organization. So that's about it of my story. So I'm going to answer some of the questions that you guys posted on my Instagram, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so the first question is, did it have any hidden costs to enter the Miss South Africa? And no, it is completely free to enter the Miss South Africa, and then from then onwards there was no costs involved. Okay, I still don't understand why you didn't make it to top 15. So sweet. Will you ever enter the Miss South Africa again? I got this question quite a lot. So my answer to that is yes. I am definitely planning to do it again. the Miss South Africa bug has definitely bit me. It has been an incredible experience, and I know I've said it like 100 times, but I don't think you guys understand how incredible the opportunity was. So yes, I will enter again. Okay, the next question was, what inspires me about the Miss South Africa, and what message do you wish that you could impart on this platform? So I'm guessing, what message would I bring if I were to use the Miss South Africa platform? And I'm going to answer the first question, that what inspires me about the Miss South Africa platform. I think what inspires me the most about the Miss South Africa platform is that it is an opportunity like no other. You have the opportunity to be a role model for the women in our country, to stand as a pillar of strength for the women, to look up to you no matter the circumstances that they're in, no matter what they're facing in life, that they can look to you and say, wow, I can have dreams, I can have goals. We can bring across factors to society like femicide and patriarchy that are facing our society, and we can bring that into light. We can show people that you should be proudly a woman, that you can be proudly yourself, and proudly, uniquely yourself, and use your uniqueness to impart that in the world and inspire other people. Okay, then I got a question that asked me, how did my interview go? I enjoyed my interview so much because I got to share who I am with the judges, which was for me the biggest blessing, and the vision that I have for the country. My interview was really an amazing experience, even though we had to do it over Zoom because of the lockdown. It was absolutely incredible to be able to sit in front of 4 incredible women in our country who play such pivotal roles in our society, and to share my vision with those women was absolutely so inspirational for me. My interview in itself was in my books really good. It was so nerve-wracking. Just before I clicked onto the Zoom call, I was sitting here and I had the most, I don't think I've ever had so many nerves in my entire life. I sat here and I was like, oh my word, I even got lightheaded to a point. I was like, oh my word, this is about to happen, like this is real. And it was very nerve-wracking. But when I clicked on the video and they joined in, it was like this automatic comfort. It was such a relaxed environment where I could really just be myself and just explain who I really am to them. And so I really think that my interview went very well. Okay, so here's the question, and it's in Afrikaans, but I'm gonna translate it. So I'm gonna read in Afrikaans and I'll translate it. Wat was die mees lekkerste ding, maar tog die moeilikste ding? So what was the nicest thing, but what was also the most difficult thing? That's an interesting question. I don't think that there was a time where I was like, oh, this is so difficult, but let's enjoy it. I think what I did realize is that even just being top 35 of Miss South Africa, everyone's eyes are on you. What you post, what you put on your status, what you put on your Instagram, what you put on any social media, everybody's watching you. So what I realized is, on such a big platform, everybody is watching you. My parents told me this quote when I was younger, that the tallest trees get the most wind. And so you've always got to make sure that you got to think things through before you post things, before you say things, because once you say something, you can never take it back. I wouldn't say that it was the most difficult thing, but that was definitely something that came as a new experience for me, because everybody was constantly watching what I was doing and what I was posting. That was a very new experience for me. Okay, so this question is, do you have to be skinny to get in? So my answer to this is no. If you know me, I'm not the average height. I am a little shorty, and I'm also not really skinny. I'm a very sporty build. I've played sport all my life. So no, my answer is no. The Miss South Africa does not judge your body shape, your body type at all. So they accept all shapes and sizes, and just come as being beautifully yourself. Okay, then the next question is, did you get to know the rest of the finalists with your journey? So because I was only in top 35 for such a short amount of time, we didn't really have the opportunity to get to know all of us, but we Zoom called and we did get to see all of us together, which was a super fun experience. The girls are incredible. So no, I didn't get to know every single girl personally, but there were a few girls that I have made close friends with, actually, which I'm so honored to say. Really an amazing group of women, and I could not have been more honored to have been in the top 35 with them. Okay, next question is, how does one apply? Is there a criteria to meet? So for the past, I think 2 years, I'm not actually sure, but for the past 2 years, I think that they've done it online. So you send in an online entry form, and on the entry form, it's basically your ID number and your name and your surname and your age, and then some measurements, and then you have to, shoe size and so on. And then you have to submit some photos, head and shoulders and full body. And then this year was the video. And then yes, there is a criteria. Their criteria for choosing a Miss South Africa is on their website under the frequently asked questions or requirements. I'm not actually sure, but you can go on their website and everything and all the details will be on their website. Okay, so the next question is, how did I decide to do Miss South Africa? So like I said previously, I have been thinking about doing Miss South Africa for quite a long time. It's definitely been a goal of mine forever. It was honestly a very big dream of mine, and it still is a very, very big dream of mine. So yes, it wasn't just a decision that I made, oh wow, this looks nice, let me enter it. I really did plan, I did prepare. So it wasn't so spontaneous. Then the next question is, did they tell you that they didn't choose you for the next round of the Miss South Africa? So yes, the Miss South Africa organization is very, very professional in the way they run the organization and the way they handle us as the top 35 or as the finalists. And yes, so we did know that we didn't make it into the top 35. And then another one, what made you decide to enter? I think on that question, I also just want to say, I think that every person has a unique strength of theirs, and I know that this is a platform that I want to use to be able to spread my strength and my uniqueness to the women of our country and inspire those women to really build themselves up and take them out of whatever situation that they're in and build them up to where they need to be. So the Miss South Africa organization is not just a pretty crown and a sash, it's so much more than that for me. And then what made me enter, and would you do it again? So that's a very similar question to the previous one. And then the next question is, will you compete again next year? And I don't know, we'll see. And that is all the questions for now. From my side, I just want to say thank you so much for all of your support and all the love that you guys gave me through my journey. It was an absolute blessing and such an honor for me to know how many of you I'm representing. I was so humbled by the experience. So if I can give anyone advice who wants to enter, go for it. If you want to do it and you have a desire in your heart, enter. It is an incredible platform and you won't be sorry, trust me. I'm not disappointed about where I got. I think the top 35 was incredible, but next time we're definitely shooting for higher. So yeah, lots of love to my YouTube fam. I will be posting a new video next week, and then once again, I'm so sorry for not being active for a few weeks, but we are back on track. So I'll see you guys next week, Thursday, for another video on all things female. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know you guys are still on track and you guys are still doing good. And for those of you who have started working, please keep safe. The cases in South Africa have increased a lot more. Please keep safe and stay home if you don't have to go into work. Okay, lots of love.